Oman FM.
Hello and good afternoon to all of you out there. We're back on the Unsaid show and we have new topics. So every Monday at 1 o'clock, you'll find us on this channel. So keep the dial and don't change it. Let's see what my team has been doing this week. Let's start from here.
Hello everyone, this is Sara Al Maawali and today's topic is going to be interesting. So make sure you stay tuned.
Hi everyone, this is Sahar Salmanian and I'm excited for today's episode.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamsyn Pereira and I hope you all had a really good week.
Okay, let's talk a bit about that. How was your weekend been? Your weekend? How's it been?
Well, actually, my weekend was pretty good. My mom just came back from travel, so I got to spend time with her.
Nice.
Got to spend time with my siblings, and I had more me time, which was needed. So I got to enjoy that.
That's good. What about Sarah?
I had more family time because my parents came to visit and I'm super over the moon because of that.
That's nice. That's nice.
I know you've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
I am sore because I got up and I did a morning hike today. I'm trying to do something active every day.
How is it going?
Very sore. I can barely
It
sit.
needs a lot of dedication, doesn't it?
Yeah, waking up early in the morning, going. Consistency is key though.
Yeah. So I'd like for Sarah, can you tell us the number so then people can call in as well? So this episode you can call in
Yes.
or you can DM anyone who knows the number.
I'm
say
gonna
it.
try.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
The tricky number.
24949493.
Yes, that's
Got it.
So this is a live show and you can call us, you can talk about whatever you want to do with mental health, society, things that are going on in our world. Today we're going to touch base on that news that's going on the world and also things to do with social media. So stay tuned and let's go for a break.
This is Oman FM. FM.
So, and we're back. Lots of things happening around the world and lots of things happening around us that affect our day-to-day lives. And maybe one of the things that we shouldn't be doing is opening the phone as soon as we wake up. But I see it as a newspaper. The new era of newspaper. You don't have to go to the door and get it.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not a good thing
Habit.
to do. I must say, I do that. I wake up, I look what's happening, I spend time on it, then I move on in my... Who else does that? Do you guys do that?
I do that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I try so hard to control it.
Yeah, I just feel it's a newspaper.
Yeah. I try to wait at least until I'm in the bathroom or outside getting ready to then look at my phone.
Okay.
I think it
That's a
really
good try.
affects you. I try. I think it really affects you with your mood when you start up. So if you're gonna wake up
It
and
could
you're in a
control your
really
day.
good mood,
Negative news
and then you see some horrible news,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
ruin my day.
It's true, it's true. Sarah, what do you think about it?
Well, I'm guilty as well. I do that sometimes. I wake up, I immediately check my messages, I respond to them. Then I tell myself, I'm like, why am I responding now? Why do I
Yes.
have to respond right now? But I will tell you guys in a bit what I've been up to lately regarding social media, but
Nice.
we'll get to that.
And maybe we can get people to join in again. So, Sahar, would you like to say the number?
Yeah, the number is 24949493. Call us.
Did you see the plan, guys? I actually don't say anymore. I get all this.
Distribute
I can't memorize this
Teamwork.
number. I have a problem, guys. No, but look, it can control your day, as you said. And actually, yesterday for me was a very positive, energetic day in the morning when I woke up, because I know that our Sayyida Jalila was going to attend this amazing event for the police, the graduation for the Academy for Women. And I thought, wow, this is the first, and it's such a good feeling. It was
very
such a good
empowering.
feeling. It was
Yeah,
very empowering.
empowering.
And I felt like, wow, this is so much strength in it. So I was like, yeah. In the morning.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, loads of things happened throughout my day. I went to the museum and there was so much stuff going on there. But this morning, I actually saw a news that brought me down. And I think we just talked about it just now. And it was about a little girl who we just see that she's flying out of a bus. And up to now, I'm not sure what exactly it's happened. But regardless, there's something definitely wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine the mom that's
It's so
watching
sad,
that video?
yeah.
So I hope that she's fine. And I hope that people can actually see why is this happening.
And I hope they do something about it.
Exactly.
At least hear from the girl's point of view, because we don't know.
We
This is
don't
social
know.
media. We don't
We
know
don't
what
know the
happened.
story.
And that's what I want to talk about today, that social media is very deceiving. So we don't know what's really happening. It can change your mood. It can make you upset. It can make you happy. It can make you depressed. It can make you feel all kinds of feelings that you actually don't want to feel. And it's from this little screen in our phone.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about loads of topics that are happening around the world. But when you guys heard what Sarah said about the little girl, what did you feel? Sahar and Sarah and Tamsyn, you look very like, what?
I was in shock because, well, this is probably because I don't look at my phone as much anymore, but there's a lot of news that I miss out on, like this one, and that's really shocking to hear, but I hope she is fine.
Yeah, I got
Does it make a difference with the language? Like, for example, this news was put in now Arabic, soon it most likely will be put in English. But when you watch something that's not in your language, do you kind of think what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, how does that
Definitely.
make you feel?
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank God for Instagram
Translate.
Translate.
Yeah.
So that helps me a lot. But I also think it's what I expose myself to on social media. So if I don't look at news as much and I look at motivational posts, then that's what I'm going to get more of. So I could have missed out on it because of that as well.
True. Sahar, how did you feel?
I felt the same. I felt shocked today. I heard about it, and I was more curious to know what was the story, because we don't know the whole story. We just see the breaking news,
Exactly.
and then that's the thing. When you say in Arabic, in other languages, we just get part of it.
Yes.
Then I go to someone who's Arabic
Who
speaking
knows
and
more
ask about
it, yeah.
the whole
And
story.
again, with social media and breaking news, when you see this sentence, because it's really driving me up the wall. Like, we have a page that keeps on writing breaking news in Arabic, and I'm thinking, this is not that. And also it infuses fear.
Yeah.
So the moment you see breaking news, automatically your mind
Is
gets
ready
assessed and ready to, okay, this is going to be bad. So your whole body feels it. Isn't it really
Yeah, it's like that
interesting?
fight or flight. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, what's
Exactly,
happening?
it
It's
is.
like inner
It's-
panic.
You're
It's literally fight or
anticipating for
flight.
something.
Yeah, and I think they put it on purpose to make us
Yeah.
look, but it's so much damage if they only knew.
Have you
Mental.
noticed the layout as well? Sometimes they don't even have to write breaking news. It's just the red,
It's white
Yeah.
and
big
red, in
red
the
label,
bottom.
right?
Or
Exactly.
the
And that
font.
It's the colors.
immediately-
They're smart with it.
The color, the
That's
font.
what-
Immediately
and
insinuates
why do
fear.
you guys think those who started doing this, which is big news agencies, most likely was BBC and I think CNN, and Al Jazeera, they're the ones who have that red thing. So now we are conditioned
Used to.
that anytime we see white frame and there's red,
That must
It
be
should be
breaking
breaking
news.
Because it's a psychological effect.
Yeah.
Anything that attracts the eye, and like that's what they were, as you said, conditioning. That's what they were meaning
they're
to do.
conditioning. And now everything is about earthquake, earthquake, and it makes you feel you're scared.
Yeah,
You know,
you're-
even
it's
though
not a safe
earthquakes
place.
happen, and it's been happening, but because and any news that happens, have you guys noticed anything that happens once somewhere?
Yeah.
Suddenly it's everywhere,
Yeah.
and they keep on putting it again and again. I remember there was a time where there was a fire somewhere, and then everywhere they kept on putting it. Every time if there's a sickness somewhere, then everywhere. So social media has a huge
Huge impact. Yeah.
and we want to hear from you guys what it's doing to you. Let's take a break and come back.
This is Oman FM. This is Oman FM.
And we're back on the Unsaid show. And as I said before, this show is about mental health, society, things that are happening around us. And it's on every Monday from 1 to 2. And you can call us in or DM us. So today we're talking about social media and its effect. And I think we should read a bit of tabloids today and see what's happening around the world. Who wants to kick it off?
I can go first.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know. I think some of the youngsters might know right now that Selena Gomez is taking a break from social media. And I thought that was an interesting thing to mention just because I'm on a social media break right now. So I am out of all my social media. So anyone's trying to contact me, I'm not there. But yeah, she's taking a break because she was in a feud with Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner. And there was a feud between them. I think she was responding to messages or she was commenting on things that about her. And I think people are still hung up on why Hailey Bieber got married to Justin Bieber and she didn't. But
oh yeah, I forgot.
yeah,
they were
so
It
but
became dramatic.
But
I
again-
think it was the connection.
Yeah.
I get it.
and again, like we don't know the real story or what's
Exactly.
going on, but all I know is that she's taking a break, and I think it's needed. Sometimes we get so caught up in drama,
That's true.
even if we're not trying to. We just find ourselves getting
That's
so
true.
caught up in it, and
But don't you feel like she's been going through a very
a spiral.
yeah,
with it.
it's
Yeah.
been like a very big, and since she's actually left Bieber, I feel like
Yeah.
she's actually going through. So we have a call.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. Hello. Okay. Hello, Fatma. How are you? Hello.
Fine, thank you.
It's
How are
really
you?
far. I can't hear. I can't hear her. Hello.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
hello.
can hear now.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I love your subject today
Thank you.
because about the social media, and I think we need to hear more about subjects like this and the effect of social media on our lives.
That's true. That's true. And I think it's affecting all of us, and it's all affecting us all in different ways. How do you feel it's affecting you?
I think people should cut down on social media. Personally, I've been doing that, and my life is much, much better getting away from social media. We are like addicted to it, and that is dangerous.
Very much. That's true. That's true. What pages did you mostly look for when you were on social media, or was it everything?
At the very beginning, when the social media became more popular, I was basically watching everything and watching people spending hours scrolling down on Instagram, on Snap, and what you name it. Luckily, I'm not on TikTok, and I don't like it personally.
Yeah, TikTok didn't win
Then
with me
I
either. I
figured
don't
it
know.
out that I'm spending so much time watching other people's lives and getting affected, really, if it is like mentally comparing, about weight, about, how
Yes.
I look, about my life in general. So, in subhanallah, in one Ramadan, I said, okay, this is Ramadan. I'm going to try and spend more time, reaching out to God.
Yeah.
And it was a cure. I mean, I don't post as much as I used to.
Okay.
And also I don't go on Instagram for hours or on Snap for hours. I will scroll down a bit here and there, and I find my life much, much happier and more calm, because when you hear all these news, and most of it, even if it is positive in a way, it does affect you somehow.
Very true. It does. It does.
And I think the less time you spend watching other people and building yourself. Now, most of the things I watch are motivational, or, like things that I can help build up myself, than going and watching other people's stories,
That's good.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think
thing.
it's
That's a
healthy.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
I know it's a choice.
Yes.
It's what you choose to watch. I know it has the good and the bad and the ugly,
Very much.
but it is a matter of a choice. And if you choose to have self-motivation, self-build, and something that can be helpful to you, that's great. But still, don't spend hours because you are missing out on the sunset, on the breeze. You will be sitting on the beach instead of looking at the breeze and enjoying
Looking
yourself.
at the beach
You'll
through
be
your phone.
scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
I
Thank
think
you so much. That's really nice. Thank you for that input and thank you for calling us.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you, dear. Have
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Have a
You
lovely
too.
day.
Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you.
It was interesting what she mentioned, because even some of the times when we are in nature, we forget about enjoying the moment. We are busy with taking the photo to post it on our social media.
Honestly,
We miss the
I must say I'm
Guilty.
like that. I wait for it
I
and
do
go,
that sometimes.
I feel this song will go nice with this video. And I look for the song, and then I put the video, I'm like, oh, it's beautiful.
we forget about
But
the
now it's in
moment.
my head, like when I see a sunset, automatically my head has like a tune in it. And I'm like, okay, if I can just capture this. But yeah, I'm guilty. But as she said, there is the good, there is the bad, and there's the
Ugly.
And that is very, very true. But also, like she said, Ramadan, it's so funny. I thought, oh, I've started already saving recipes. I'm like, yeah, this will be really good for iftar. And now there's a save button. I think my phone is gonna explode with save.
The thing is, do you even go back to your save?
No, and then I save it again. I
Yeah,
forget that I saved
that you have
it.
done this.
So I save it twice.
I'm
And then
guilty.
sometimes I'll tell, so if I don't want to lose something, I send it to someone.
Yeah.
Not because I'm sending it to them, because I don't want to lose it.
I have
then
another
you go back
account.
to
It's another
I have
situation.
another account. I sent it to my another account to
You
save.
learn all these techniques. But yeah, it as she said, it's an addiction. But sometimes you can balance it, and sometimes it wears off alone. Also depends on you, I think, and what you're doing. If you're very busy, honestly, I notice when I'm very busy, I actually don't have time at all.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like, okay, I want to say something, I want to put something, I want people to be with me on this, on this whatever it is I'm in, whichever mood I'm in.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, maybe after when we take a break, we can look at our screen time.
No,
No, no,
No.
no, no, no.
No.
No,
Actually, yeah.
You know
I'm
why?
gonna
'Cause
agree
she's
to
not
this.
been on screen
Yeah.
for a while.
I haven't actually.
I'm gonna agree
really
to this because it's a
enjoying
new day and my phone has like restarted screen time today. So
it. Let's see how long you've been in the morning.
Let's go for a break and come back. Okay.
This is Oman FM.
that song. That was
nice
spot
song.
on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Save draft, take a deep breath, edit, story of our
Rewrite.
life, rewrite, and then you have all these people who think they're all like Oxford dictionaries that come and correct your spelling,
Yeah.
and you tell them it's a spell mistake, and they're like, they leave the whole topic and they go, but you didn't put a dot. Oh my god.
But yeah, we all go through that.
Yeah.
A lot.
Where we're on social media, we're posting something, then we're like doubting the picture or the post, or people are gonna like it.
Does it look
Yeah.
okay? Is it okay?
That's why you get so obsessive with the post that you want to make, and then you postpone it because you become more perfectionist and you want to make it as
You
perfect
save
as
it as
possible.
draft.
Yeah.
But honestly, I used to think these people who get paid for content, I'm like, really? You get paid? But it is a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of work.
So much
If you want your
details.
page to look good, it's a lot of work. But if I feel, again, I don't know, it must be in that OCD design thing again. I feel like some pages actually give me a headache. There's so much things going on in the page. There's so much writing and information. Actually, I don't want to look at it.
Kind of reminds me of mine.
Oh, I should check yours again. Fix your life, Sarah, please. So what else is happening? Sahar, tell us.
I was reading a news about a woman who learned how to manage her eco-anxiety. And she was talking about how worried she is about sea pollution because she has two kids, two girls who love going to sea and swimming in the sea, but the sea in their area was so polluted. And she was so worried to the extent that she couldn't let her girls go and swim. And then she went to depression, severe depression. She started therapy. And after therapy, she said that, okay, this is happening. I can't stop climate changes. I need to do something for myself, for my thoughts. And then she started a campaign and then called all the local people to come. And then they started a program to what we can do to control this pollution in the sea. How can we go pick up the trashes in the sea, in the beach? It was really
It's
interesting.
like you taking her anxiety and making it more active.
Yeah,
in a more active
giving
way.
meaning to your suffering.
Yeah.
And including people with her.
Yeah.
Like she was including everyone. First she was alone.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stress. But when she included people with her,
Yeah.
it felt a bit better. There's a lot of things happening with climate change around us, as we can see.
Right.
But there's also a lot of people protesting, and I don't know if they're protesting in the right way. Have you noticed these days how it's done? Like mostly, it's they go and spoil paintings in
like
in
vandalizing.
museums,
Yeah.
and they spoil very important things. And I
Yeah.
don't know if that's the right way to go, actually, because
No.
that's actually doing. Now you're being
opposite.
angry. You're spoiling
Yeah.
something else. So there's a lot of things going on with us that I would have never thought I'd seen. I mean, go into a museum in the Louvre and actually spoiling the Mona Lisa painting. Why?
Yeah.
What's going
It
on?
doesn't help.
It doesn't help. Anger never helps.
Yeah,
at
true.
all. It depends how the anger is directed. Sometimes anger can actually blind your goal and can make it even worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Tam, what have you been?
I tend to stay away from celebrity news as much, but I was just thinking when you all were talking about this, about how I do a cleanse every now and then, and it's not necessarily because I don't like certain people on my list. Maybe I just don't vibe with them anymore, and so I'll remove them from my list because maybe they believe in things that I clearly don't believe in, which is fine. However, if seeing it is upsetting me, then I set that boundary with them. But I've also been thinking about how if you really do want to cleanse your friend list, post a controversial post, and then whenever someone responds to it, you just block.
We don't think the same. Bye.
Like that, the meme, the block.
Yes. But it's true. It's a technique to cleanse your account.
I think it's a great way to cleanse your account, and I think virtually, like if you're actually cleansing yourself from people in life as well, you need to do that on social media as well, because like our caller said, everything affects you. Whatever you're taking in affects you. So you can watch 100 posts about fitness and motivation, but are you actually putting it into work at the end of the
It becomes
day?
depressing when you
How
really
great would
want
it be
to,
if we
right?
watch fitness and you lose weight?
Oh wow.
You watch it and then you just
Honestly, with the pages I follow,
you watch someone on a treadmill and you're also losing weight.
with the pages I follow, sometimes I feel like I have already worked out. I don't want to
Actually,
watch
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
This is how it affects your brain. When you see something, you feel like I have
Gotta
done
go
it
get that ice
already.
cream.
But there's so much posts of somebody working out and somebody next to them eating.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Ramadan, that's happening.
Oh my
We're gonna look all those pages with
With
food.
food. It makes you want to,
Yeah.
like, because you can't eat, so you cook. And then when it comes time to eat, you're like, I can't eat.
I can't.
There's so much food.
But I like that method. I think something I've been doing as well, Tam, is in my account, I don't just follow anybody.
Yeah.
And also the accounts that I follow, the things that I'm interested in. I love astrology. So I'll follow things that are related to astrology. I love mental health. This is my field. I follow people that inspire me
Yes,
instead of
yes.
like make me feel worse
Yeah.
about myself, but inspire me. And I want to know more. I want to learn more. So, and that's the same thing even on YouTube. You know, you get recommendations. Who are you subscribing to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
Oh no!
you know
I know
what I'm
you're
gonna
gonna tell
say.
them. I thought of something the other day. I didn't say it to anybody, and I got an ad for it.
Guys, there's
ridiculous.
something happening. I didn't used to listen before, and people are like, yeah, right, and there's aliens in the sky and all of that. I know Sahar wants that to happen, but yeah. But then I was like, okay, we were thinking of something. I think we were talking about Italy, and then suddenly every 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
wasn't looking at some. I mean, I understand if I look at something
Yeah.
and then it comes up.
I would like to call
It's
that
so
the law of
weird.
attraction.
Okay.
I hope I can do other things.
Sometimes
It was
it's
weird.
scary.
It just kept on coming, and I was like telling you guys,
Yeah.
there's someone watching me in my phone. This
sign.
is like paranoia now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is
Manifesting
something,
a
and if you guys
lottery.
feel the same, give us a call and
let
tell
us
us.
know.
Do you guys feel that there's something going on these accounts where you feel you think of something, and then suddenly it's just coming up, or you say it? I think you say it, not think. The think
Yeah.
of it is a
I've
long pitch.
thought
I
of.
think
I was
say.
thinking about the Dyson
I think
vacuum, and I
it's-
got an ad for it.
I think it's Suri. She listens to
Maybe.
us.
Yeah.
She's out to get us.
She's out to get us.
But also make sure you call us on 24949493. I'll say it again, 24949493.
Or you can also DM us.
Tell us what you think on our pages.
At Not Alone
I
Oman.
think we will check about that now. Okay. Let's take a break and then check and see our DMs, so we'll have time
Yeah.
to read them. Okay, we'll be back after this break.
This is Oman FM.
So lyrics like I'm so sick of myself, I don't like myself, I want to be someone else. I think these are things that people might say or think of when they look at certain pages on Instagram. And sometimes people like celebrities, which we see mostly have lots of those issues because they compete with each other. It's like it's like a classroom. So this one says this one, then this one fights with this one, and then this one becomes less popular. And then people come in and they say that. So it must really affect them. I mean, when we're looking at news, we saw Selena Gomez, and also Tam, you wanted to say something about Rihanna as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, and she's I'm
highlight.
guessing the highlight.
Yeah, I think there's so much pressure put on celebrities. Like, okay, I also want another Rihanna album, but the comments, the posts, the news articles about how much pressure is being put on someone who's just trying to start a family. And I think there needs to be a boundary set with how you affect someone else with what you say on social media.
I don't think they think about that.
I don't think
because
so.
they just think we'll say it and nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
You know, we'll say horrible words and we'll condemn people and we'll judge people, and nobody knows who we are behind the screen. So we're not affected. They don't think how much pain and hurt that they're doing to the other people, and that this happens again and again and again. But sometimes you start knowing, okay, they have a problem.
Yeah.
And you know how to. But if somebody already has issues going on in their life, I think it just makes it worse.
I think it's that lack of empathy because they don't view celebrities as actual people.
And those think they have everything and they do everything. They don't have any problems. All of those. That's again and again the same words, the same techniques. It's been like that for years and it's just going on. We got a DM, Sarah.
Oh yeah, we did get a DM, and someone was saying that the news on the earthquakes was affecting them, and that because they've been hearing the news, they started building this new fear that they never knew they had. And they started having dreams about the earthquake, started feeling the earthquake even though it's not happening in the moment. But it's kind of like something we call it in psychology psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic, but it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, now aren't we more aware?
Yeah.
I think we're more aware now, you know, like people will be drilling in the street and you'll be like, okay, it's fine. But now when they drill, you'll be like, that drill or is there something? Your head is like thinking, and it's something that's out of your hands completely. You cannot know when it's gonna. And this is something we talked about, I think, when we talked about love, and we said about the earthquake and how we sympathize, of course, with them, and how things happen there, but we get PTSD from it, even though we're not there.
From hearing the news.
Yeah, so I would recommend for this person to actually, first of all, tell someone how they feel. And be more aware of what's going on. And what else can we tell them, Sahar?
Maybe think about self-care activities that they can do for themselves. Validate that anxiety and that fear, and then go do something for it. Seek professional help. As Basma said, go find someone who can, maybe someone else is going through the same feeling. It's good to sit together and share your feelings and come up with a solution, what we can do to release that anxiety, that fear.
And this is where support groups work. Support groups show you that it's not you alone. There's other people with you, and sadly people don't understand the importance of support groups. They just think, oh, I'm just going to go there and talk with other people. No, you're going to feel that other people are going through exactly what you're going through, and that's what's important. And that's what we always try to educate people
and
about.
If people have this fear of trust issues, we have a system with that. Like signing a confidentiality form, and we take it very seriously. I think people need to know that.
To understand.
And in support groups, sometimes you see the other side of the story, the brighter side of the story. For earthquake, there are lots of videos sharing like humanity, empathy, the hope that even in that situation people are together working and saving kids.
That's true.
Infants.
It's amazing how everybody's coming
And
together.
it
But again, it
feels
goes
good.
back to that post of breaking news. I tell you, that post that people keep on writing, breaking news now in Japan, now in India, now in Khasab, now in Iran, and then you think, oh my god, it stresses you. Even though in Japan there's always been earthquakes, even though after earthquakes there is this thing that where the earth actually moves, so it does happen, but the way the information is, and then they don't continue the information, they just write the highlight. Of course that will make someone feel very, very fearful.
Also limiting the screen time can be helpful as well. Like if you're constantly looking at the news, maybe limiting yourself
Yeah.
by doing that and looking at things that are
I
more
used to
nourishing.
Yeah.
I used to follow a lot of political pages, and then after a while I felt like it's draining me because it's all negative, and I noticed they repeat the same news in different ways. So I deleted. I don't follow them anymore. If I want to check something, I go to their page, check it, and then I'm not following. It's not,
Yeah.
It doesn't pop up in my account.
With kids, Tam, what do you think? Like teenagers, because
My
they will be
advice-
mostly on.
For kids and teens, I think it's so important for them at that stage to be popular as well, or to at least be known, right, in
Yes.
schools. So I genuinely want to say that do not think about the number of followers
Oh,
you
yes.
have.
I love that. I have so many
Because-
likes and followers.
Right? And I always tell my client kids this is that when you're posting something, it's okay to get external validation, but first you have to have self-validation. You know, if you look good, post that picture, and that's fine. Stop right there, and then you get added bonus like comments and likes, and that's okay. But my advice for everyone, including kids and teens, would be to cleanse your Instagram followers, remove people that you don't actually vibe with anymore, and it's okay. You know, we always talk about what will other people think.
Yes.
Every time that question goes through people's
Yes.
heads, what will other people think? So if you remove someone, you know, it doesn't matter what they're going to think because they're not going to be on your page.
Exactly.
So
But you know, some people
cleanse
are
that
very
page.
sensitive
Yeah.
with that. Even though they don't listen, they don't read what you write, they don't listen. But when you remove them, somehow they know.
Right.
They're like, oh, you moved me. I'm like, and then you get like, did I? Oh, must be some technical. But there is something actually where people think, and I think the youth mostly, that the more followers you have, the more famous you are. By the way, highlight this, what I'm going to say right now. Somebody could just press follow. It doesn't mean like they're actually listening to what you're saying. They just pressed it. You know, that kind. And some people, I know on my page, some of them are, a lot of them are just, they're not communicating. They're not interacting. It's just I'm there on their page. But the people who are worth it and actually are the ones who are the perfect followers, or the nice ones, are the ones who communicate. That is it. So people think, oh, it's because you have so many. That's not the wow factor. The wow factor is who's communicating, who's talking, who's sharing ideas with you, who's, you know, maybe doesn't like what you're saying or likes what you're saying, which is fine. This is the world. Not everything you say people are going to like, but there is interaction.
Yeah.
And that's what's important in social media, more than follow. It's actually, in a weird way, it's like there's so many horror movies now about follow and like. You've seen every movie now highlights that part. So it doesn't mean I have so many likes. That means I'm the best in town. It's something that people sometimes even just feel, oh, let me show her that I care. Tak. But sometimes it isn't a genuine thing. So this is a virtual
Yeah, I think
thing that we have to understand. It's not 100% real.
Yeah. People feel
Yeah.
the need to justify when they're removing someone, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it really matters as much if you really look at it.
Yeah.
Realistically, it doesn't matter if you're going to remove someone, they're going to be bothered about it for a bit, but you don't need to justify why you're setting that boundary.
Yeah, I
On
think it
social
depends
media.
on your personality.
Yeah.
I'm
And who's that
unfollowing a
person?
bunch of people.
Because then it feels like you're kicking someone out of your house in a weird way. It's a
Yeah.
virtual house.
If it's good for you, do
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
if that
And the
person
reality
is
is
close
that
to
sometimes
you.
you will feel guilty about
Yes.
it.
And
But
that's
sometimes
okay
it's
as well.
about
It
choosing
depends.
yourself.
Yeah, how you
Yeah.
feel. Because
Yeah.
let's say you're on the other end,
Yeah.
okay, and suddenly you find yourself being blocked.
Yeah, I have been.
And you haven't done anything. You know,
Yeah.
you're actually
You feel
okay with it, but somebody blocked you
wondering.
because they have their own issues.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, oh, okay then. But that's okay. Then
Yeah.
you move on. Then you know that this wasn't good. But it does kind of think it's odd. And especially on Instagram, there is mute and there is block. There's so many techniques.
I love the mute button.
Yeah,
Nobody
the mute's
knows.
nice. The block one
Yeah.
it's weird. It feels like school, like when you unfriend someone and then you say, why didn't I unfriend her first?
This is part of a relationship
But it's
right now.
exactly. So this is a world, but it's not a real world.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to understand, that all these things are good if we use them in a proper way. But if we use them that we live in it and life and anger, and no, this is just an aid. It's one of the things that we use in our
but
life.
there's
Like
so many
the TV. We
benefits,
can't
yeah.
carry the TV everywhere
Yeah.
we go with us, for example. I know people used to carry the boombox and in the 80s, but this is not the same. Yeah, I have one more thing I read, which is very interesting. And let's see what you guys think about it. It's very odd. Why we can dream in more than one language. This was put on BBC News.
Interesting.
And it's one of the, we were talking today about, let's talk about topics that we've seen on social media. I don't know. Do we even know what language we dream in? I'm actually really.
Have you ever dreamt in
I'm
more than
trying
one
to
language?
think now. Since I've read it, have I?
haven't.
Mine was English, Persian, these two
How do you know? Did
I
they
just
call you? Do you remember? Now
That
I need
was
to dream.
repeating from tonight, we will
remember.
remember.
No, I know that sometimes when you think about something so much before you go to sleep, you actually can dream about it. It's fun to try. I've actually tried it out. And sometimes your unconscious mind, of course, is playing games on you. And sometimes when you're upset with someone, then you talk to them in your dream because you can't talk to them in reality. All
If
of
you
that.
have a fear.
But I
it
don't know what
manifests into
language
a
I'm
scary
talking. Yeah, right. And the fear as well. But what am I talking about in that? I don't remember. I remember in COVID, I was dreaming that I was looking for vaccination. I was like looking, and there was so many doors, and nobody would give us vaccine. It was because I was feeling it. Remember, there was a time where we were all waiting for vaccination, and God don't bring those days back because it was so dramatic. But I think it's so. I was reading and thinking, what do we? I never focus on what language, because some of us obviously know more than one language.
Yeah.
So that's
interesting.
something to
From
think
tonight,
about.
we will remember. We'll notice.
Today we'll try and notice.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, let's take one more break and then let's come back.
This is Oman FM.
So we're back and we're talking today about the effect of social media on us, and we're coming to the end of the show. So we'd like to thank all the listeners that
Yeah,
always
thank you.
listen and the callers, and keep on calling. We want to say also there is positive sides, of course, of social media, which we did highlight a bit of them. One of them is you guys DM us on this.
Yeah, we're connecting.
Ask, and we put things about the show on it, and we talk also about stuff. So there is to everything there is a good side as well. So let's keep that hope shining, and let's talk quickly about quick solutions, and also let's say goodbye to our lovely listeners.
Yeah, I would say like a solution would be mindful scrolling. So just being more mindful of what you're scrolling and how long. Sometimes we use social media to a form of distraction. We just want to distract ourselves and we're scrolling and we have no idea what we're looking at. And I'm guilty for that as well. I do that sometimes. I'm like, what am I doing on this page right now? Or why am I even scrolling? I have no reason to be here right now.
Yes.
So just be more mindful of, how long you're scrolling on social media and what are you actually looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say if you can't set boundaries and remove people or accounts in your social media, then try to boost your critical thinking skills, because it's really important when you see something to have that ability to challenge it. Don't believe it so quickly. Ask yourself, is it true? Is it right? Do I have enough evidences to believe it or not? Because there is always another side for any kind of stories. So critical thinking can be a very good solution to manage the things that you're hearing, all the news, all the breaking news around you.
That's true.
Yeah, my advice would be the same from before, like Sarah and Sahar said. Cleanse your followers. Don't worry about how many people are following you. Instead, even if you have a small community of people following you, it's better to interact with them, so you're exchanging good energy rather than bad ones.
Exactly. And if it's hurting you, just block it. Don't even have to challenge. Just block it. That's why it's there.
Yeah.
Before the old-fashioned block would put the phone down on the side. Now we have a button.
Yeah.
So I think we need to do that.
Or even mute people if it's bothering
Yeah.
you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
You
I
were going to
think
say something, Sarah?
lastly is like if you feel like you need a break, take that social
Yeah.
media break.
But you don't have to announce it, really.
Yeah.
Come
You
on.
don't.
Why do
I
they
don't
have to
get
announce
that.
it? Yeah. So we have a call.
Oh,
Quick
nice.
one. Quick one before the end.
Quick one. I'm so glad I got you. This is Maya Unsaid.
Oh, yay!
Hi.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We have Sayyida Maya, who's very on social media, so you have to enlighten us today.
First of all, I'm so sorry. I didn't catch the first part of, I knew this was the topic and then I got busy with calls. But in terms of social media, what area are you focusing
So
on?
basically,
How can I
how does it affect you? Like in like one word or two words, because we have a few minutes left.
Okay. For me, I think it all depends on what is the purpose of being on social media.
Yes.
So I feel each person who's on social media should have a purpose. So my purpose is inspiring and motivating people to live the life that they have. So I use it as a motivational purposeful tool for myself and for others.
That's good. So to put a goal. And that's what we were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Good. That's a perfect ending for our show.
Thank you for enlightening us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for
And we'd
coming.
love to hear you again, maybe next week or the week after or the week after or the week after.
Definitely. Would love to be part of
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so
Have a
much.
lovely
Sure.
day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day.
And I think that sums it up. Have a goal, have a
purpose.
Have a purpose. Even if you don't have to put something, but why are you on? Like, what are you looking for? What are you searching for? And I think with that, we have ended this lovely show today, and we will see you next week. Please stay tuned. Next week at 1 o'clock on Monday, we have a special episode dedicated for amazing women, seeing that next month we have the Women's Day. So to end this, we will all say together,
Change
begins with you. Always remember that, and have a blessed afternoon.